Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, January the 23rd, and please welcome yourselves. I'm looking forward to tonight's conversation. Welcome to the show. Another edition of the DJ Staples 93 Roundtable starts now. Let's go. I mean, what more do we have to say about the guest of honor this evening? Ladies and gentlemen, warm round of applause. Give it up, everybody, for Alan Fu of Black Tiger. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Matt Pinfield. I wish I had the applause sound effects. Ladies and gentlemen, help us welcome into our chat this afternoon, Mr. Scotty Fox. I still got to get sound effects of clapping. I just realized that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Stoller.
What is this?
I've been very, very lucky. I've met great people.
I do this show with 3 every Monday, so it's nice. What's up, gentlemen?
How are you? Sorry, I'm late, guy.
What are you late with?
Honeycomb.
Now I get the sound effects going, right?
Honeycomb.
I love honeycombs.
Honeycomb.
And then on Saturday, I completely forgot. And then Caps reminded me that Thomas and...
hold on. What the hell just
Thomas is dropping his honeycombs everywhere there.
What are those honeycombs made out of?
Everybody in the chat is yelling honeycomb.
Honeycomb. Honeycomb. Honeycomb. Honeycomb.
Colin Smith, ladies and gentlemen, how are you?
I'm very well.
My children say, oh, that's the girl that sings with your friend Colin.
My friend Rob, who would come to the underground a lot, was a fan of how I did stuff. Christina was always very nice, and her organization was always very nice, and I was very well taken care of.
Honeycomb. 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 Honeycomb.
How,
Loving it, guys. Loving it.
how about that? For anyone that doesn't know, that was a singer by the name of Leanne Rimes. You might have heard of her. That song, Uninvited, a cover for us Canadians, known originally by Alanis Morissette. But that is released on the our guest album entitled Motions, which came out October of 2022. So it's an album with various different artists on there with our guest. Just to tell you a little bit about our guest, in case you don't know, he's an American DJ, producer, and a remixer. He's got his own record label by the name of Audacious Records, and he's known for having more number ones than any other producer on the Billboard Dance Club Songs chart. He's worked with a few guests, or a few artists. Dan, do you want to name a few of the artists he's worked with?
Yeah, he's worked with. Well, I know he's done a lot of remixes here for Leanne Rimes, as we just mentioned, Madonna, One Direction, Nelly Furtado, Rihanna. The list goes on, and I definitely want to talk to him a little bit about who he has worked with. And the best thing about it for me is I love that it's a good variety. It's not just one style. It's just a complete mix with everything. So
absolutely, and won a Grammy Award in the Best Remix Recording Non-Classical category for his remix of Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars, right?
Yes.
So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of virtual applause for our guest, the one and the only Awesome Dave. There he is. What's
Awesome
up, sir?
Dave.
Awesome Dave.
How are you, man?
I'm awesome. Thank you. I'm awesome.
I'm awesome. That's amazing, guy. That's amazing.
I put that there so when you asked me how I am, I could say I'm awesome.
You're awesome.
That's it.
Just answer the question for us. I love that. Also, by the way, for those that don't know, Dave Aude Music here on Twitch. Just want to put that out there.
Oh man, thanks you guys. Let's
follow.
I'm happy. Where's my daughter?
Hi.
Oh, hi. What's your daughter's name?
That's Devin.
Hey, Devin. How are you?
Great to see you, Devin.
How old's Devin?
Devin's a ham, so she's 7.
Oh, okay.
Devin is 7.
Devin is 7.
Finish your homework. All right.
I already did it.
All right.
It's all good. I have an 11-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old daughter. So anytime a camera's on, they love come running in, see what's going on.
She just wrote her first song, wrote and did the artwork for her first song.
You're kidding, really?
It's up on Spotify.
For real?
Awesome. Is it on your Spotify?
No, it's on her own Spotify. Devin Aude.
Devin Aude on Spotify. There you go.
Song and I played a little music and put it up because I just want her to have that there so she can always hear something she did at 7 years old.
That is incredible, guy. That's incredible. Yeah.
Totally fantastic. So listen, before we go into like all the music stuff, from watching your streams, I feel like I know you. And so what I do know of you, you're a sports guy. And listen, I'm not listen. Hold on, but wait. He knows where I'm going. Hear me out, Dave. Hear me out. My team also lost this weekend, so I feel your pain.
Bill, what are you? Buffalo? Who are you?
Dude, I was rooting for the Giants. They didn't even show up to the game. It's disappointing, right?
It's all disappointing. It was a disappointing weekend.
Are you the kind of sports fan that'll look at the TV and as your team is not doing well, do you yell and scream at the TV, or are you just like shake your head?
A little bit, but yesterday's game, my game anyways, was really sleepy. I don't know what was. Yeah. It was such a different. It's weird. The Cowboys had 3 weeks of just completely different games every week. It was like horrible 3 weeks ago. Like it didn't even seem like they were a football team. Yeah. And then last week against Tom Brady was like. Great, like bananas, like where this team been my whole life. Yeah. And then yesterday was like it was just not exciting. There was like nothing. I think that's what it was. Well, I could tell you why I think we lost, but I mean, we lost our running back, and I think that's because Zeke sucks, and we lost our running back, and I think that's number one. Obviously, 2 turnovers. Yep. Killed us, and they literally just did never let the Cowboys get going. Because with the Cowboys, once that momentum starts and you get you're feeling yourself. Anyways, I'm sorry about your Giants. I'm sorry.
Look, as far as the Giants are concerned, I'm on the team, but I don't think anybody in the area or any of their fans expected them to go as far as they even did this year, right?
True.
So
And that's the opposite of my team. Everybody thinks Dallas is supposed to go, but they never do.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know what's worse, but I think you guys should feel pretty good.
Yeah. I mean,
you made it that far. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So what do you think? Next year going to be some changes in your on your team or what?
I think I mean there has to be. Something's
Something's got to happen.
Something's got to happen, man. You can't just I think unfortunately we might lose Dan Quinn, right? Our great defense. He's like, my God, our defense is phenomenal. Even yesterday they were great. The defense didn't lose the game, that's for sure.
No, definitely
They
not.
didn't win the game though either. Micah Parsons was like, I don't know where he was. He was there, but didn't see him do anything. So we'll see. But we don't need to talk. People.
Yeah, well, no, I wanted to get it out of there.
Football, do they? Come on.
Oh, well, that's the thing, right? Nobody wants to talk football. I know that we want to talk about music, talk about all your remixes, all the wonderful people you've worked with. So, you live in Nashville now, but you're from Los Angeles. Is that correct?
I'm from LA, born and raised. You know, the funny thing is, if you ever meet anybody in LA, odds are they weren't born there. A lot of people moved to LA for obvious reasons, Hollywood or music. Or the arts or whatever, but not a lot of people are born in LA. I was actually born in LA. So I grew up there. I loved LA my whole life. And was just fortunate enough to be born in a cool place where you could do music. And I just found my way, somehow got very, very lucky to have been, played keyboard. I got my first keyboard at the age of 13. I got a Roland JX3P keyboard when I was 13, which is just crazy. No 13-year-old when I was a kid had a synthesizer.
Right.
I was like, they might have had a drum set in the room. Every kid had a guitar. Guitars were hugely popular because, that was just something that parents got their kid a guitar. Maybe a little tiny amp. They didn't even have little tiny amps then. They had big amps only. So guitars were huge, but synthesizers weren't. I got a synthesizer, and that changed my life. Didn't know how I was going to turn that into, making music. Didn't know how to make music. Didn't know how to produce music, but I had a synthesizer that I played every day and read manuals and got a drum machine, and then got a thing called the sequencer, which was how they used to play music before computers were around.
Yeah.
And I taught myself everything. And by the time I was 19, I was teaching.
Oh, wow.
MIDI, which was MIDI is the language between synthesizers. So I was teaching MIDI at 19, and also I was teaching tape editing back when people used to use tape. And then when Pro Tools came out, it was called Sound Tools. The first version of Pro Tools, and I'm still using Pro Tools now.
You still use Pro Tools now? Yeah.
And I taught Sound Tools for the first 2 years it came out to engineering students in LA. At what used to be called LA Recording Workshop is now Los Angeles Recording School.
Okay.
So when I was 19, I was teaching MIDI and Pro Tools basically and tape editing.
Wow.
It's amazing.
So at 13, that was your first instrument. You didn't start playing until you were 13.
I was playing piano. Took piano lessons.
Yeah.
Was that one of those things where you took piano lessons because you were told to take piano lessons?
Mm-mm.
Or you were like, I'm into this. I actually want to play the piano.
No. I wanted to learn how to play. No, I didn't practice. I mean, I took piano. I did this and I got piano lessons. I took a couple spurts of piano lessons here and there for a few years, and I didn't practice. I played what I wanted to play. I wanted to play Journey and Chicago and Foreigner on the piano. I didn't want to learn, Bach and Mozart and Beethoven. So, but even though I learned some of that stuff,
sure,
I played what I wanted. What a 13-year-old or 14-year-old kid wanted to play on piano. I learn the popular stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
I was going to ask too, like, so what kind of, at 13 or even younger, what kind of music were you listening to back then? And what were your musical influences? Were you hearing it from adults? Were you hearing it from friends? Like,
no, I just told you right now. I mean,
well, aside from those bands.
No, I mean, I was a kid growing up in LA, listening to the radio. Radio was king. That's where you heard music.
Yeah.
You heard music on the radio. And even if you went to the record store, it was very overwhelming to go to Tower Records or Warehouse or Music Plus, Sam Goody or whatever, whatever there was, because you'd walk in there, you didn't know what to listen to. They didn't let you listen to stuff. You just bought it randomly, right? Then got home and realized I bought the wrong thing or something. So, just really radio. I used to have a little radio before I was 13. When I was 10 or 11, I had a radio that was sitting next to me at the kitchen table, and I used to listen to Rick Dees.
Sure.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yep. And Rick Dees has turned into a friend of mine. I know Rick Dees very well. Him and his son's a close friend of mine, and Rick's a good friend of mine. But that was my life, coming home from school, eating dinner, and I'd have the radio just right next to my ear, so the rest of my family didn't bug them.
Yeah.
And I would listen to Rick Dees' Countdown and fell in love with music. Just, what was getting played on the radio.
Amazing.
That's great.
That explains a lot too. As I was saying at the beginning of the show there, you're very versatile with what you do and artists that you work with there. It's not just one style. And this could possibly, is this the reason why, where you started listening to so many different styles there?
Dan, you're right.
So many different genres.
It's you know what, man? I've been doing this longer than most people. And I say that because a lot of people burn out or they do other things or in life.
Yeah.
I've been making music. That's all I've ever done. Sorry. How crazy is that? I mean, I delivered pizza and I was a waiter. I worked at a bank, all the normal stuff before I was able to support myself doing music. I was a DJ. I played weddings and bar mitzvahs in the beginning of my DJ career. Like that was a long time ago.
Right. Some of us are still there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That was just coming into my memory. Like I had a flashback of like doing the hora. Which is something I didn't know what it was until I DJ'd my first bar mitzvah.
You have a remix for it?
I need to make a remix of.
Please send that over. I need that.
I need to remix. Yeah. Nobody's remixed Hava Nagila. Why is that?
Yeah. It's about time.
It makes no sense. But man, I listen. I'm very lucky because I get to do something I love to do, which is make records. And the cool thing is, man, I've worked on a lot of, like you said, I did a song for Betty White. I've worked on 13 Yoko Ono songs.
Wow.
I worked on U2, Coldplay, Madonna, Rihanna, Katy Perry, Selena Gomez, like all those over there records, like the Selena Gomez and the Madonna and the Katy Perry and the Rihanna, they kind of all go together, right? Celine Dion's in there, Donna Summer's in there. Yeah. Those are all like over there, but I've also worked on like 8 Korn records.
Oh wow.
Korn as well.
Jonathan, the lead singer.
Yep.
Yeah. He did a cover of a Lil Wayne song, got money, and I remixed. Like I've done a lot of just different things people wouldn't normally remix.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that goes, I'll remix it.
I'll do it. Sure.
Why not? Right.
I mean, and part of it's like, part of it's money, but part of it is a challenge. I honestly love making music. I love like it's a puzzle to me, like putting things there and figuring out tempo and style and sounds and all the things that come together to make a good record. It's fun to sort of like put that puzzle together and then how it turns out in the end. And the best thing I always hear from people is, oh my God, I never thought it would turn out like that. I didn't imagine it.
Right.
I don't know where last year I remixed Linda Carter.
Wonder Woman.
Who I didn't know sang.
Right.
Until they called me to remix Linda Carter. I'm like, Linda Carter? Linda Carter, first of all, she's still alive.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
No. I mean, listen.
Yeah. She's been out of the limelight for a while.
$9 man, Linda Carter. They go together.
Absolutely.
It was the same time. Brady Bunch. It was all the same time. And like, no, she's been singing like longer than she's been acting. And I'm like, oh, wow. So, man, and I got to meet her. And before I worked with her, she wanted to meet me. She wanted to like approve me. And she is an absolute hoot.
Really?
One of the most fun people you'll ever meet and talk to. And another part of the greatest, another part of the one of the reasons why making music so great is you get to meet different people, different walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 years ago, I moved to Nashville.
Yep.
Why did I move here? I have 3 kids.
Yep.
And I wanted a better place for my kids to grow up.
Sure.
Yeah. Nice.
And I've heard music here I would have never heard living in LA.
And of course, Nashville being quite the mecca for music in general, whether it's I've never been, but I've heard wonderful stories about all the variety, various types of music that's there. Is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you would absolutely love to? Like, do you have a dream collaboration, whether it's producing or remix?
Great question. I'm actually working right now on my dream collaboration, which is Andy Bell from my favorite band of all time, Erasure.
Oh yeah, sure.
Wow,
nice. He'll be here next week, and we're about halfway done on an album. I know Vernimal's excited about that, and
absolutely.
Seriously, I swear to God, I'm not making it up. That growing up,
love you too, Vernimal.
Growing up, Erasure was my favorite band, and it was Duran Duran, and then that turned into Erasure, I think.
Sure.
And and I don't even know. Andy and I were talking about this the other day. I don't even remember who introduced us, but we started working together a decade ago, and we haven't done anything in about a decade. But how is it? I'm producing and writing songs with my favorite singer of all time. Like, sorry, the singer from my favorite band of all time. I'm not discounting. Vince Clarke is
right.
Vince Clarke is what I've always dreamed of being. The guy is one of the most talented producers of our time.
Sure. Erasure, for those who aren't sure, it's Erasure.
Well,
what do you do to do that?
Founded Depeche Mode.
Yes.
And he founded Yaz, and then Erasure. So 3 cool bands.
Yeah.
But what do you do to do that? To keep yourself humble, to remember back like that? Wow, I can't believe that this is happening all of a sudden, and your life changes that way. Where from years, decades ago, I don't want to say decades. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
No, it's okay.
But from then to now, how you came about and where you are. Do you ever look back and think to yourself, I never would have thought that I would have been here years ago, kind of thing?
Every day. I mean, I don't think that every day, but when I'm sitting next to Andy and we're writing a song, and he knows how I feel. He knows like how much I love everything he's done. We talk about, he was here 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about, I was talking about when he wrote when he did the Innocence album. Mm-hmm. We were talking about what inspired them to do the Innocence album, and we were talking about it's very churchy. There's a lot of church things that inspired that album, and I don't know, man, that's crazy. Just think about who your favorite artist is, and imagine sitting down with them and talking about the music that as a kid you just listened to over and over and over, and it's mind-blowing. I also worked with Sting.
Amazing.
Incredible, right?
Sting wasn't, I got to be honest with you, the Police were not one of my favorite bands as a kid.
Okay.
I definitely became a favorite band of mine later on in life. I just didn't appreciate them for whatever reason when I was in high school. I think I was more into new wave than I was into, the Police, sort of a ska, reggae, punk, thing. And so whatever, but I worked with Sting, and that was a completely different experience, because Sting is like the cockiest MF of all time, because he's Sting. I mean, the guy's,
he has every right, but
probably the most talented person I've worked with, So, man, I'm seriously, I say it's not a joke. I feel very lucky to get to say that I've worked with these people.
Yeah. If you had the option, or the opportunity, if you had the opportunity to work with someone who you haven't worked with,
I know.
But the question that I'm going to lead to is someone who is unfortunately no longer with us, though.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Well, Whitney Houston to be up there.
Wow, great.
Whitney Houston in her prime. I wouldn't want to work with Whitney when she was, burn out or whatever. However you want to term that. And let's say hi to some people here. Should we say hi to
Yeah,
people?
absolutely. Go for it. Yeah.
Got it. DJ Decades here. Vinny Vegas is here.
What's
Vertimal,
up,
of
Decade?
course.
Yeah.
Chris 11949. VJ Anthony, Prince of MD. Is that Maryland, I'm guessing?
That's Maryland. He's a good friend of the
Right.
show. Yep. Buddy.
The Audio Brothers are here.
Hacker. We got Bragtune.
And your very good friend Love Bunny's here.
Yes. And Buck Roger from Ottawa, Canada.
Buck Rogers here?
Buck Roger is here.
Wow.
The DJ.
That's incredible. I love Buck Rogers. We were just talking about.
We were.
Well, let's not get into Buck Rogers.
No, we can go there. It's a whole other convo.
That's a whole nother thing.
I got confused between Buck Roger and Battlestar Galactica. I'll put it out there.
People look to answer Dan. Dan, I wish I could give you. I'll tell you what, man. How cool would it be to work with John Lennon? I would love to work with John Lennon, but I came as close as you possibly can. I think I'm the last person to have written a song with Yoko Ono.
With Yoko Ono, really? Wow. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so that's as close as I'm going to get.
Have you seen? Side note: have you seen the video of John Legend with John Lennon and Chuck Berry when they're playing live and Yoko's sitting down in the back? She's playing a bongo. Little microphone on the bongo. It's a great video, and I wish I had it ready. They're doing their thing and they're playing together, and then in the middle of the song, there's a solo, and Yoko takes the mic, and she just starts singing. I think it's Unexpectedly, and there's a freeze frame of Chuck Berry's eyes.
Yeah,
they light up. It's hysterical. You guys.
Incredible. Brian Richards is in the building.
Where does that come from in your chat? Anytime he's there, you get you and Apollo. Damn you, Brian Richards.
I don't know. It's just like, damn you, Brian Richards, for making me play the Madonna song one more time. It's just
what's wrong with Madonna? Come on now.
He loves Madonna. You know what? I think he loves the Madonna remix that I did. I maybe he doesn't at this point, but I'm pretty sure, he comes in and we have to play it. I don't know. So it's damn you for making me play it. It's just fun to say, damn you, Brian Richards.
It does.
And you want to know, why are you saying, damn you, Brian Richards? It's kind of like, could be damn you for being so awesome. It could be damn you for showing up again. Like, right? It's not the usual damn you term, right?
Right. It's not negative.
No, it's not a negative thing. It's like a positive thing. Damn you.
All right. Well, damn you, Brian Richards.
Yes.
There you go.
It's a thing. It's a thing on his stream. So somehow they recorded me saying that, and now they play it all the time on Brian's stream. So thank you, Brian, for recording me saying that.
There you go. There you go.
Crazy.
Do you have any favorites or your absolute favorite remix that you've ever done?
I get asked this a lot too, and I like a lot of them, but the one that I do enjoy still, and I do enjoy playing, and some people think it's my best work. I know DJ Apollo thinks this is Alexis Jordan, Happiness.
Okay.
Really?
Which, if anybody knows that record, started out as a Deadmau5 instrumental. And these big songwriters in LA that had a lot of big hits with Rihanna, called Stargate, basically just took the Deadmau5 track, put a vocal on it, had her sing it, and it became her single called Happiness.
Wow.
And they asked me to remix it, and it's just it's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great song, and it's got a great message, and they used it for the FIFA Women's World Cup theme.
Oh wow! Okay.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Whatever.
Nice.
I mean, and by the way, I think I don't even know if like the FIFA Women's Cup was it's probably a lot bigger now than it was 10 years ago when they used it for the theme.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Wow.
So with all the music that you're creating and the people you're surrounded by, I want to know, when you're in the car by yourself, not with the kids, because I'm sure the kids' music may be different, except for obviously Devin, because she's on Spotify. But like, what are you listening to on your own? I want to say, do you have any guilty pleasures? But that's not even really fair to say guilty pleasures anymore.
I'll tell you,
if it's good, it's good, right?
I will be honest with you and tell you what I listen to in the car. If you really want me to be honest, which
I do.
Sometimes you don't want people that you want to keep them up on the
Nope.
pedestal.
Nope. Do it.
Pretend like people think I'm just like listening to beats like nonstop all day in the mix, just nonstop beats. But
Apollo's waiting.
And what's up, DJ Decade and VDJ Hacker?
Sure.
I listen to comedy.
Oh,
really? Yeah.
Who's your favorite comedian? You
You
had to pick one or two.
God, right now, I mean, he's kind of a new one that I just discovered the last year.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Regan.
Love Brian Regan. Sure.
Just got his own style.
His
own way he says word. Like it's kind of for me, it's like a sonic thing as much as what he's talking about. It's the way he says things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He was on Comedians Getting Coffee in Cars with Seinfeld. One of the best episodes.
Yeah. Was he? Oh, I gotta watch that now.
You gotta watch it.
I haven't seen that one. I'm gonna watch that now for sure.
And his bit about the spelling bee, phenomenal. It's I won't give any of it away if you haven't heard it, but you got to go check it out.
By the way, he's not my favorite. That's somebody I'm thinking of right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That I like. And now the secret's out that I'm listening to comedy in the car.
That's okay.
It's good.
Not drinking coffee.
That's your next project. That's
Dave.
Your next project.
And you know what? And at one time when that came out, I thought that was so genius that I actually started to shoot a pilot for me being in a golf cart with playing golf with other music people, like interviewing people in a golf cart, driving around a golf course, hitting golf balls, and just interviewing other engineers, producers, people that don't normally get interviewed on a golf course. So that was my genius idea, and I wish I would have kept doing it, but no time to play golf.
Never too late. Never too late.
It's never too late. I agree.
You say so. He has his own his unique style. You too. You as well, I should say. You as well. You have your own unique style. One of the things I noticed with this, and I actually saw on your Instagram as well, you mentioned this just recently about how you have, and one of the things that you do for your remixes, which I think is a great thing to do, is you try and stay true to the original. You'll keep an original sound in there, an original, even if it's just the original guitar tracks, whatever it is. What is it about doing that as opposed to going off track kind of thing?
Well, a lot of people doing remixes. I take what I do very seriously, not too seriously, but I'm very proud of what I do. And someone's hiring me, right, to do a remix. Right. Usually, 99% of the time, someone's hiring me to do a remix of their song. So I want to make sure I do something cool that's going to help promote the original artist and the original song. Now, by the way, I've done like 1,500 remixes at this point. And hi, Stacy. Hi, Chris.
Stacy's my girlfriend. Thanks for saying hi.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
But these people are paying me, or the label's paying me. So that means the artist is going to pay for it at some point, right?
Right.
And I'm trying to help do what I do and promote the song and the artist. So it wouldn't be, and a lot of DJs don't, or remixers or whatever, don't really look at it like that. And they jack up the original song. And by the way,
this is where they make it too much of their own.
But sometimes, sometimes it works.
It does. The reason why I asked this question to you, Dave, the reason why I ask is because as a DJ, I always like to try and to play something that is as true to the original as possible. Something that is not going to go too far off where when people are hearing it, they're on the dance floor, they lose track of it. They don't want to listen anymore. They don't want to dance to it anymore. They don't want to feel it anymore. It just loses that feeling. So that's why I think it's important to stick with that keeping those original sounds.
Listen, man, I'm trying to do something that's great to promote the artist and the song, so they'll go back and listen to the original artist song. Isn't that what they want? They want, when I get hired to do a remix for Demi Lovato and Ariana Grande, it's not about Dave, do something so people will just love you. It's about do something so people will go listen to our and promote our original song. That's why they're hiring. It's a promotional tool, a remix. It's like TikTok. So they're either doing remixes on the song or they're doing TikTok promotions, which is, I don't even know what that is, like people dancing to their song, I guess.
Right.
So that's where money's being spent for promoting songs these days.
We have a question in the chat from Decade asking if what you think the most remixed song might be.
That's easy. You guys don't have an opinion on that? We could say it on the count of 3 and see if we jinx each other.
I have to think think about this. I can't even.
Come on, that's an easy answer. Apollo's trying to ruin it now.
He said
really.
And by the way,
I wasn't going to go there.
Apollo's been a DJ for like 2 years. Apollo, how long have you been DJing?
Too long.
He's not going to tell us, but not long enough to know what the most over remix song is. I would say it's probably Robin S. Show Me Love.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, really?
I was thinking more along the lines September, Earth, Wind, and Fire, but it was a guess.
But not remix. People I'm saying a lot of bootlegs, remixes, chop ups of Robin S. Show Me Love. I'm trying to think. Yeah, your September's another one that's been done a lot for sure over the years, right? Remix, but if a song's good, people want to hear it. They don't. I get the pumping up thing and like just kind of making it like faster and putting it on the dance floor. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. If a song's great, Sweet Dreams, man. It's really hard to play one of the million versions of Sweet Dreams that's out there that, it's like got this other, like whatever the new thing is, whether it's, techno or tech house or whatever the thing is of the week. And then it goes into the original of Sweet Dreams and then back out into big room progressive or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, oh man,
you got a Craze is doing it right with, is it a Craze or Shouse is doing it?
I get it, but
Flowrider, yeah.
Why are you doing it? Like if you're doing it to play it for your set, fucking great. If you're doing it to put it out and blow yourself up, which is probably the reason most people are doing that. Isn't it cool? Wouldn't it be cool if I did a version of that just for me to play in my set? Because that's what it used to be.
Yeah. Nobody else, yeah.
That's what it used to be. 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 20 years ago.
Long.
It was people made edits for themselves to play in their set.
Yeah. And nobody else, right? It was just like it's mine. I'm hanging on to it.
I'm gonna play it. People come to see me. They're gonna hear it when I play it. And by the way, we got to give a shout out to DJ Reginald the Legend Ledger.
Reginald Legend.
Shout him out to Legend.
He's a legend. He's a legend. And he wears his wedding ring around his neck. He's got it on a.
Throw it up there.
He's got it on a chain.
Okay.
Around his neck. That's his thing.
All right.
Michael Jackson had the glove. He's got the wedding ring around his neck.
Okay. All right. Show him some love. There you go.
Steve Wickens is here, by the way.
All the big ones are here today.
Steve Wickens, yes.
Steve Wickens, if I'm not Steve Wickens is an embalmer, as a matter of fact. That's got a yes. He's on our friend Every Day at Noon Retro Mix Toronto. There's a show. Steve Wickens is usually there a lot. And
is it because Retro Mix looks dead himself? No.
Might be. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, he's a funeral director and an embalmer. So he's definitely somebody I'd like to have a conversation with one day.
I think he should be on her right now.
We will. I want to, we'll get him on. Absolutely. We definitely will one soon. Just not right now. We'll get to him. I promise.
Dave, you know a lot of these people from the chat here because you're streaming on Twitch. When did you start on Twitch, first of all? When did you first start? And how did you start?
2 years in March.
2 years this March?
2 years in March. It'll be 2 years. And I still feel like I have like the same little group of people, except I got a couple new people like Staples is on there. And it's funny. I got this Vernimal and Apollo and Remedy and Brian Richards and BSEC these guys were all there almost from the beginning. And I feel like I think I started late. I did start late. I wish I would have started a year earlier.
Right.
But it's, you know what, man, it just gives me, because as you know, I'm making records most of the time, and it's me, the E. Yes. Another wake and shaker. It gives me some time to DJ, so that when I go out on the weekends, which is only like once or twice a month, to play, I'm not like just, totally forgotten about how to DJ and, going through records. It forces me to listen to music and, try and have some kind of sense of what's going on in the DJ world.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
So if I could, let's fast forward now. So in October of last year, you put out your album Motions.
Yes.
The song we played at the beginning, again, Uninvited with Leanne Rimes, is on the album. A lot of up and coming artists on that album as well. So how did the album come to be? Do you reach out to these folks, or are they reaching out to you? How does the whole thing come together for you?
Great question. These are all friends of mine, and I'm always making records with different people, and sometimes that will make a record trying to get J-Lo to cut it, or Rihanna, or whatever. And these are Leanne and I have been talking about doing Uninvited for a couple of years. She did a piano version of it, and I'm like, listen, that's one of my favorite records. We have to like do it for real and do like a club version. Z Machine is a guy that I found on TikTok.
Okay.
He's just
wow.
a phenomenally talented. Like, I think the guy is totally underrated, and just a great talent. I think he sounds like the guy from Go West.
Okay, sure.
We close our eyes. So there's that. There's Jeffrey James, who I write a lot of songs with. He's a local songwriter, singer-songwriter here in Nashville. And that song was a song we wrote for a commercial. So we just put it out, and it's a great song, Breakout. Neon Moon. When I moved to Nashville, didn't know Neon Moon.
Right.
Moved here, and it's like a staple of Nashville.
It's everywhere.
So I heard the song, and I'm like, no one's done this. No one's redone this song ever. And they're like, no. And I'm like, wow. I couldn't believe it. So there's that. Redid that. And a couple other friends of mine wrote a song with Megan Trainor that have been sitting around for a few years. So I had my friend Kinsley sing it, and a couple other songs with friends of mine. And it's just really, I don't put enough effort into my record label and into my own music. So, releasing this album is a way for me to do that.
Does it take a lot of time to put an album together like that?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took a lot of time, and it's not easy.
Yeah, I bet.
Just on the creative thing. And, I wish I would have done things different and better. And it's the whole thing of being a music songwriter and a producer. Hey, and there's Bod 1275, by the way. What's up, Bod?
Yeah,
Bod,
thanks for that follow, Bod. Thank you for that follow.
Thanks for the follow. Bod, it's funny because Bod and I were chatting in a chat.
Oh.
I think he was watching my show, and he's like, "Oh yeah, moderating Dave Aude's channel." I'm like, "Oh, all right." So we're
You know what's cool is on the StreamYard thing, I get to see there's some pictures right there of like Love Bunny and Bod.
Yes.
Those pictures don't show up on Twitch.
That's right.
Unfortunately not. No.
Yeah. So I get to see, I'm seeing Bod's picture for the first time. And Apollo's got this picture. He's like, he thinks he's Jesus or something. He's looking up.
He's got his Adonis photo. Yeah.
What is that, Apollo?
What are you looking at? He's looking.
There's something
he's searching.
There. God is about, the spaceship is coming down and getting ready to take him. That's what that is.
He's looking for UFOs. That's right. UFOs, yeah. That's pretty funny. It's funny. You think about it. Like, why are you taking that kind of picture? Decade asked us in the chat if you're ever going to work with Taylor Swift. Are you one of the few people that hasn't worked for Taylor Swift or with her?
Oh my God, Taylor Swift is. I like her new album, and I really like it. Man, I would work with her in 1 second, but
sure.
She needs to call me.
Is that what happens typically? They call you, or the labels call you, or the artist calls you?
They usually call me.
Yeah.
So if they don't call me, and if they don't call me, the management doesn't call me, and or the label doesn't call me. Usually, it's a lot of times it's label these days, because management's doing other things. Labels kind of figuring out like how to promote records, and we can do a remix, and So usually it's
Yeah.
label, and it's just the whole music business, as you probably know, is just changing even more than it was 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. So I would love to work with Taylor Swift. Are you kidding me? She's pretty incredible.
All right.
Very talented. What about Dua Lipa? You ever?
Oh my God! Yeah, come on, man.
I mean,
these are easy answers. That's like
give me something hard.
Just because you're saying
ask me
like
a hard
me,
one.
Dua
Like,
is,
would you like to work with Nickelback?
Insanely talented.
Why not?
Don't you guys love Nickelback up there in Canada?
Wouldn't you? Why not?
That's racist, Dave. You can't say that.
Can't
Can't say that. Just because we're Canadian doesn't mean we all love Nickelback. But yes, you're right.
Nickelback, Bieber. You got Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a Bieber fan.
You're a Bieber, right? Bieber, you're a believer.
I'm a believer. We got the
Believer.
Weeknd. We got the Weeknd. Who's from? Yeah. We
You got a lot of great. There's a lot of great talent from Canada.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So speaking of getting calls, let's talk about the artist, and then we'll bring her into the chat. Who's hanging out waiting. Let's talk about the artist that reached out to you. From what I understand, she moved to Nashville with the dream of making music, and she called you. She was persistent. Is that fair to say?
You're close. You're close on the story. It's okay. Don't forget about Drake. Love Bunny says.
Oh, come on. Of course
Nicole Markson. Yes. She didn't move to Nashville, but she was here. She was in Nashville for a conference or something that she was going to, and she had asked me to remix one of her songs. So she said, "Hey, I want to come meet you." She came over. We met. She cried. Told me her story.
Yeah.
Do I want to tell her story now, or is it okay, or should we let her tell her story?
Let's let her tell her story. Why don't we bring her in?
Bring her in. Let's tell her. Like she likes to let me tell this. Maybe I'll tell it, but let's bring her in.
You guys work together. That's fine.
Brad I was just about to ask him to do the introduction for her too.
Where'd Brad go? He left for a minute.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna bring Nicole in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nicole Markson.
Hello.
You're all dressed up
for you.
Nicole, I swear you are not the reason why Brad left. It's his internet. There we go.
You got to pay my bills. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's the internet in Canada.
That's it.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Thanks so much.
Thank
you.
How
are you, Nicole?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Good to see you guys.
It's good to see you. I was actually very surprised. Again, I was in Dave's chat the other day, and I believe you're playing your chart together, and there you were in the chat. I'm like, how great is that? She's here hanging out.
Hey, a lot of our people are here, Nicole, and they've never gotten to see Nicole in person.
Hi,
so
everyone.
there she is. That's Nicole Live Your Dream is her Twitch handle.
Yes.
Yes, I see everybody in the chat.
Yes, they're all there. So say hi, Nicole, and
DJ
Nicole,
Brian Richards, Apollo.
They're all there. Do you want to tell the story, or do you want me to tell the story? Your story.
Well, you could tell it, but then I'll tell it. No.
Right. His version and your version.
Yeah.
Nicole, listen, Nicole, I'll tell because it's fun to have other people. Like, what's the show when it's like, this is your life?
Telephone. Yeah.
Nicole Markson, she grew up doing music, singing, went to college for music, was doing music, but also as and I'm going to do the abridged version. As life happens, sometimes you have to do other things, go work, support yourself and your family. She did that, what everybody else does. And at some point, Nicole had a family. She has a daughter and a husband, and she was very successful. And Nicole got breast cancer, and she woke up from breast cancer surgery, and she had an epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
And the epiphany was, I wish I would have followed my music dream.
Wow.
And she had her parents looking at her. She woke up with her parents looking at her after surgery. So she had a moment. She had a big moment.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought, man, I wish I would have, followed my music dream. And that's the real short version, Nicole. But she started doing music, really, really jumping into music. And she connected with me. She came to Nashville, and she told me her story. And I fell in love with Nicole. Nicole she's one of my closest friends now. We work together. We make a lot of music together. And if you look at the songs I put out the last decade or 2 decades, whatever, I don't just do a million records with one person. It's not very common. I do like this person, that person, that person, that person. I've done a lot of records with Nicole because I do like Nicole. I believe in Nicole and I love Nicole, and it makes me very happy to be able to be the guy giving her an opportunity to get her music out there to the world. So that's what I'm doing. It's one of the things I enjoy doing, and we have a great time, don't we, Nicole?
We do. Thank you so much for saying that.
Very
It was so
nice.
sweet
Very
what you
nice.
said.
And it's a great song. I love it. From the moment I first heard it,
Well, that's the most recent one. We've got more before that, but the most recent is Phil Collins, and that's Nicole's idea, by the way. She wanted to cover Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Okay.
And she lives in Miami now.
Oh, you're not? Okay. So how long have you been in Miami?
So I'm originally from New Jersey.
Oh, well, I gotta ask what part of New Jersey, because that's where I am.
Really? It was in Bergen County.
I'm in Bergen County.
Where are you?
I usually say another town, but for you, I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'm in Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
Oh my God. Okay. So I was in Englewood Cliffs.
Neighbors. There you go.
Fair Lawn's awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I love
Route
that.
4.
Just give us your
Route
address.
4.
Route 4, 17. There you go.
And now I'm in Boca. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to be there one day myself.
No, it's really nice. But thanks, Dave, for saying that. I mean, Dave has been an incredible teacher, an incredible mentor, and an amazing friend. And I really had my sights set on him. I was like, I have to meet him. I have to.
Yeah.
So
what was it about that though? What made you like? Was there a certain song or something that you heard from him and where you just said, "That's it. This is where I need to go"?
Well, it was like I knew he was the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it. No, I mean, I did. I knew I followed his work. I knew he was the best. I knew from other people that he was too. And I just was like, I needed to up my level of production and music. It wasn't where it was at. Like I had been writing and I had been recording, and it was like for a long time I was doing that, and I was getting feedback from people in the business, and they were like, "You're good, your production isn't. You're good, your production isn't. You're good, your production isn't." And I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like I have to get somebody who really understands production and who understands number one records, because we all want and like who understands what real music is, and I mean I went and I said, I'm going to Nashville. That's it. That's where it's happening. That's where it is. I have to go there. And I just kept writing to Dave. I just did. I was like, I just kept writing him. I think he was like, who is this crazy woman? She won't leave me alone. But it was like that, like what he said. And I went, I'll never forget the day I walked into Dave's studio and I sat, I remember it. I sat on the leather chair that I sit on every time I come in. And I was like, oh my God. And you see Grammy on television, right? But
yeah.
It was in the case. And I was like, oh my God, I'm here.
Wow.
And so, but
he's pointing to it. Yeah. All right. I was going to ask.
But he really listened to me. Like we talked for a long time.
Yeah.
And I cried, and I hope this is okay that I'm telling.
Absolutely. This is great.
But he understood. And I said, I really regret it. I can't let it go. I'm so angry with myself. Like all the things I just like really unloaded on the poor guy. And he was like, yeah, but you know what? You're here now. There's a reason. And he's like, I really think I can help you. Your production's terrible. No.
Right.
I think I could help you. No. He said, I really think I could help you. I think I can help you get a better sound. And it's great. I love working with Dave because he tells you, he tells you where it's at,
That's wonderful.
We've become friends. And
we're really good friends.
I mean, that's the truth. It's not just, we're not just music partners. We're also friends.
Very good friend.
It's very good.
Now, when you're covering such an iconic song like In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, are you I mean, I've heard it, but are you trying to stay close to the original, or do you guys just sit there and go, let's do this, let's change that? Like what's the process of covering a song like that? Especially when you're changing the genre as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think Nicole just loved the song, and I mean, it's an iconic song from my favorite era, the '80s. So, it's just really about trying not to ruin the song and taking it to the dance floor. I mean, because the original isn't a dance song, so
right,
if it was, I don't know if we would have covered it if the original was a dance song.
Right.
The fact that it wasn't a dance song, and by the way, there's been a few things covering In the Air that come out over the years. Nothing that I can say I've played. And I think that's how I always judge stuff. And by the way, I don't know every record that comes out, obviously.
Right.
No DJ does, I don't think. But I know that there was never a version that I played.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was like, there's a version, we can make a cool version that I can play.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
And Nicole does not sound like Phil Collins. She's got her. Have you heard the note at the end of In the Air, our version? It's like, she's got that big Nicole thing. And that's like, that's the big difference between Nicole and Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
I love the mystery of that song, which is part of the reason that we chose it. I mean, we went through a long list. Like, we really analyzed what we're doing. Dave and I, we went through so many songs. We talked about, I don't know, there must have been like 15 on the list, right? We still have more that we're thinking about, but we were like, yes, no, oh, we could do like this. But I love the mystery of that record, so when I was singing it, I wanted it to be very like a little ethereal and mysterious and then give it that, wow at the end and really do Phil right, because we really admire Phil and we really admire his artistry and where he's at now. And, it's like iconic. We wanted to do something iconic that people knew. Mm-hmm. And for me, just to make it really special, and honoring him too. Like I'm always thinking about that, honoring the artist really as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which that goes back to it. I mean, you're staying true to the original, but also making it your own, owning that song so that they hear it, they know it is yours, that you did that kind of. So that's very good.
Forever.
Very
she
good.
will be there forever. That song's going to be there forever. That's the crazy part. Reggie likes it.
Reggie loves it.
He loves it. Great.
I love it.
I hope Reggie plays it. Reggie, do you have the new version, the new remix? Do you have the Until Dawn remix? Comes out this Friday.
I was going to say that version remix. I don't have.
You're going to have it very soon because it comes out this Friday. I will service it again. I serviced it once, Brad. You didn't get it?
I didn't get it.
What?
I don't know.
Dan, are you on my list?
I see.
I'm on the list.
Okay,
listen,
Dan's on my list too.
I do want to tell people that. Yeah, go to Dave Aude's Facebook page, sign up. You get notifications. You get links anytime a new song comes out. You can download it. Do it if you haven't already done so.
Thank you so much for
that's what I did, and that's where I got this track. I've played it out twice in the last 2 weeks. Love it. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
So we're gonna play that song. Before we do, we're gonna play the song, and then we'll let you guys kind of go and do your thing. But before we do that, I want to add to the stream, if you don't mind, the man, the myth, the legend that really helped put all this together. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. DJ Apollo in the house. Well, he's waving no.
No. That's a gross overstatement.
I know you're gross.
There is the man.
Gross overstatement of what I did. No.
You helped put it all together, man. You're very, very helpful.
I saw this today, and I had to ask him, why does he have a shoe?
I know. Yeah. We asked him already, actually.
I've been DJing. Yeah. I've been DJing 25 years, and I've never seen somebody with a old shoe on top of their mixer.
It's my stream mascot.
There it is.
It's branding, Dave.
I want to get him full screen here.
Okay. Yeah. Let's show. There you go.
Yeah.
Show
the
shoe. New thing.
What is going on there?
Yeah. So I got.
I'm starting that. What size is that? Let's start with
I think it's 11.
All right.
Yeah, it's an 11. Actually worn by me, so one owner. A lot of miles though, and some body damage, but it'll buff out. I got rated by a New Zealand streamer, and he really wanted me to do a shoey. This was what I had nearby, and so I am very prone to peer pressure apparently on stream, and I just decided to drink from the shoe. So
a shoey. Can you explain to the viewers exactly? I'm not understanding it.
So a
He's
shoey
not
is
explaining it.
Yeah. So a shoey is essentially you take a beer or a White Claw for those of you that are so inclined, or maybe a shot, and you pour it right in there, and then you drink said shot from your shoe.
You drink out of the shoe that you've been walking around on.
Wow.
I'm sorry,
Well,
I'm still not understanding. Can you give us a demonstration?
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have anything up here with me.
Nicole, I'm sorry, Nicole. I didn't know this was going to happen.
That's okay. Come on. Let's drink
Nicole is in shock right now. She's not ever heard of anything like this.
Terrible.
That's why I don't tell Nicole when I'm streaming, because it would ruin her impression of me.
There you go.
Ruin my impression of you. You're the best.
You are.
Thank you. There he is, everybody. DJ Apollo. There he is.
Give him a follow. Yeah, follow this guy. Watch him in his shoe on Twitch. Give him a follow.
Play the video. Let him get out of here.
Yes. Listen, awesome, Dave. Understatement. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for agreeing to be here.
Staples and Dan, thank you guys. Let's do it again. We'll do it again.
Yes. We often say with a lot of guests, we would definitely love to have you come back with so many more questions. I mean, we didn't even get to talk about
There's a lot more to talk about. A lot of tech stuff. You want to talk about, Apollo's love life.
Maybe.
All that stuff.
Yep. Talk about your teachings.
That'll be a very short question.
Nicole about Boca.
I promise that.
You could talk to me about anything, you guys.
Jersey.
One thing I want to talk about, I want to ask you.
Say hi to Love Bunny. Can I just say hi to Love Bunny?
Absolutely.
Isn't Love Bunny amazing? We love Love Bunny.
Love Bunny's the best.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan.
It's so nice to see everybody.
Let me ask, what's coming up for all of you all around? What do you have coming up?
Good question, Dave.
Tell them. Well, Friday we get the Until Dawn remix comes out this Friday of In the Air Tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
And then on Valentine's Day, Nicole is putting out a new version of a song that we wrote for her husband.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, very nice.
Very romantic.
Yeah.
So Nicole will definitely be toasting on Valentine's Day with her husband for a song she wrote for him. And then after that, a month later in March, probably is Nicole's next single called Set the World on Fire.
You guys are going to like that.
Awesome.
And it's definitely a good one.
Set the world on fire, everybody. Come on.
Yeah.
We will. We'll be looking forward to it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's
what
great.
Else? Apollo, what do you got coming up? You're going to put the other shoe on your controller? What are you going to
At this point, we're just kind of doing whatever Dave or Nicole need.
Are you going live right now, Apollo?
No.
Are they raiding into you right now? What's going on here?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
How did you guys get hooked up?
I was going to ask that earlier. Yeah.
Twitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Twitch unites people. It unites us all.
It really does.
Yeah.
I'd met Dave a couple of times, and he very unwisely maybe chose to come hang out with DJ Remedy and I one night at the bar while we were DJing, and he actually looked at me and he goes, "I've met you before," and I went, "Yeah, you have." So it was kind of cool. And then from there, he's allowed me to tag along and kind of help do a lot of his social work or social media stuff and whatever else he needs. And now I'm working with Nicole too, which is also awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
He's amazing. You should see the way he puts things together. That's what I'll say. He really knows how to do stuff, like make things look really good. He's good. Thanks, Dave.
Yes, thank you. That's why you're awesome. Well, if people on here aren't following, please make sure they follow Awesome Dave here on the Twitch and DJ Apollo here on Twitch as well.
The Twitch.
but it's Dave Aude Music on Twitch.
And Nicole Markson Music on Instagram.
That's right, Nicole
or
Markson Music. Thank you.
NicoleMarkson.com. Everybody can go there and, you know, drop me if you want to drop your name, then I give a little free gift away to everybody, some other music that nobody's ever heard.
All right.
Stuff. If anybody wants to visit. I'd love having visitors.
All right. I'll be reaching out. I won't pop in. I won't pop in and visit in Miami, but I'll shoot you a message on Instagram for sure. I appreciate you being here, Nicole.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for including me. Really, such
Awesome.
a blessing. Thanks, everyone.
And Dave, when are you streaming next?
Tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central.
All right, there you go. So now you know.
Wake and shake.
Wake and shake. You can buy some great merch too.
Nicole, are you live right now? By the way.
What do you mean?
Why does it say that you're live? Is this?
Are you live, Nicole?
You're Nicole Markson Music?
Yes, of course.
Oh, she's live on Instagram.
So you're live on Instagram.
I have to let everybody into the mix,
that's
right?
Incredible.
All right,
that's incredible.
We're double dipping here. I love it.
I gave you. That's right. See,
I
am
always live.
Look at that.
Come on, there she is.
Always live.
Awesome. That's awesome. I love it.
Yep.
All right, so
fans, they're all here with us.
Great.
All right. Well, shout out to Jersey. Shout out to you, Nicole. And again, Dave and Apollo, thank you for everything, making this happen. I appreciate you guys, and look forward to getting to know you a little bit better. And would love to have you guys come on back and anytime. And let's, we'll get together again sometime.
We will do it again.
All right.
Really
so, in the meantime, we're going to play it. We're going to play In the Air. We're going to play it. Let's play the video for those who haven't seen it.
Ooh, you have the video.
We got the video. We're going to play it right now as we go out. So thank you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, after this video, just sit tight. Dan and I will be back. We'll be back, just the two of us. But hang out. Enjoy the video. There he goes. Awesome, Dave. DJ
Thank
Apollo.
you all again.
Buddy.
Thank you, Dave.
And of course, Nicole, we'll see you. We'll see you on Instagram.
Yes,
all right, guys. Enjoy. Here we go.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight, oh Lord. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life, oh Lord. Can you feel it coming in the air tonight, oh Lord, oh Lord.